Happy 25th of March, everyone. Hope it's all finding you safe and tucked into your homes. So today, what I'm going to bring to you, we're going to do it real time. I know for me, I like to make kits, and when I go to crops, I make kits, and I do the For Love of Homemade kits and the mini kit Mondays and things like that. And this can be for anybody, but for those people that do make kits, when your kit is bashed or you find that you're down to the end of it and you're not feeling like there's much left, that's when you break out your cards and you see if you can make some cards, whether they be Christmas cards, birthday cards, a thinking of you card, whatever kind of card it is. This is a great way of using your scraps. So today we're just going to go and quickly just put together a card or two. I've got 4 card bases that I just grabbed 2. These were actually pre-made cards that I got at Hobby Lobby about 5 years ago when my daughter was getting married. We used these for her wedding cards. And then I just grabbed 2 pieces of cardstock out of my scraps, same size, folded them in half. So again, use up your scraps. And I just wanted to show that you don't have to have special things. You don't have to have stamps and inks and things like that. Your scrapbook supplies have everything that you need to make. So I grabbed some of these paper pads. As you can see, I use this for my December daily. It's very cut up, and I've got scraps in here, and I have a couple 6x6 paper pads again that I had been using for my December daily that have been gone through quite a bit, not much left. Here's another gold one. This was a Tuesday morning, so this one has some craft and some gold highlights that I thought I could use. So I have that. I grabbed my all of my 12x12 sticker sheets that I've had in my stash that I think we can find something to put on cards. And then I grabbed this bag, and this was just from my December daily and from all my Christmas scrapbooking that I had been doing. This is primarily all scraps. So we're just gonna dump it out on the table and see what we have and what we can put together. So these I'm going to put to the side for right now, and we'll worry about embellishing. And then we're just going to go through and see what we can come up with for base. And just remember that your card front is basically a very small scrapbook page. So the same concepts that you do for your scrapbook page, you're going to do on your card. So let's see what we've got and what we can use and go from there. And just grab the things that you love, the papers that you thought were cool, things that you can fussy cut. Journaling cards are great. These strips, you know, that use them like a ribbon. All right, so now it's all dumped in a mess on my desk here. The first thing I want to do is kind of thumb through here and see if I can find anything that I like that could be that's big enough to put like a matting. So the first thing that comes to me is this one here. Now I could cover the whole front, or I could go and put it on and be framed. And I kind of like it, the brown on the black, and I like leaving a little bit of a frame on here, especially since like right here is the perforated. I can throw that away. Sorry for my squeaking chair. It's had me sitting in it for hours. So I think the first one we're going to do, I'll trim this up and we're going to put it on this one here. So let me see which size we need. And you saw that just took seconds for me to find the one on top and to go with it. And that's what, you know, so if you're at a crop and you've been making your, you know, using your paper kit, and then you get to the point where you're kind of done with it. Sorry. Or you're done with, cropping for the weekend and you're just kind of over it. Play with your scraps and see if you can put some cards together. And like I said, it's a good way of clearing out some of the extra bits that you have. So I still have that little bit of a rough edge that the perforations give you. So I'm just going to kind of cut that off and clean that edge. You'll have to forgive me because I've been working all day and I haven't talked for 11 hours because I've been home working from home. So now all of a sudden I've got a tickle in my throat. All right, so card base number 1. We'll start with this. So let's look for another kind of big piece that we can use and see where we can go from there. This is kind of cool. You want to go more gold. I can put that on craft. Let's see, keep looking. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I like this. So let's go ahead and cut a piece for this. Let me get a ruler here. I think they're 4 by 5. What is it? 5. So my card is 5.5 by 4. So I want it to go 5 by 3.5. So I like that. So we'll go ahead and glue that on. There we go. And what else do we have? I don't have green. So should we go with the green one? I don't want plaid. This one's going to be big enough. That might be close. Let's see if we can cut this one. I can also do 2 halves too. So that's just under 3.5. Let's see if we can, what we get out of it. I can put some borders on it. And let's see, that's 4.5. So this I can go with half. And this right here has got that little bit of a beveled edge because of where it was hole punched. And I don't like this here. All right, never mind. We've got more. Let's see. Oh, and here's some cut-aparts. That's the other thing that you can use is the cut-aparts. Sometimes you can find, you can really use those. We have a music notes. Might be able to use something of that, but they're going the wrong way. I've already got holly. We want to try and do a red. Let's do a red. Nope, cut that one too wrong. Hang on. Let's see. My math isn't doing so good. I know I've said it in the other video. I've been working from home and working a lot of overtime. And so, yeah, I just got done putting in 11 hours, but I wanted to get this up. So my brain is kind of a little fried. Okay, it's not quite center. I need to just trim a little more off. I did want to, I know I haven't been doing the 6x6 on the 6, and I didn't get to participate in the Mercy Tierra hop that I had told Moira that I would try and do. So I really wanted to try and do this. I figured it was a quick, and I needed some scrappy time. All right, so we have those. So we have kind of a more rustic-y. I want something, I think, bright. So I'm going to try and find a bright color for this last black one. Although my December daily was, well, actually, let's use a gold. My December daily was more of the country colors. So, you know, in the crafts. So I could go with, I kind of like the snowflakes. Really like the plaid. Let's go with the plaid. This time I'm going to measure it so that I don't mess up. So this one is 5.5. So if I go with, I'm going to go 5 1/4, or do I want to go 5? Let's go 5 again. That's 4. Oh, I know I cut that wrong. Darn it. All right, take 2. I don't want to use one that I want to use one that I've cut into already. Let's do the Christmas trees. Sorry if you got a glare there. All right, let's try this again. All right, so for the height, we're going to go with 3 3/4. And we're going to go with 5 1/4 to start with. And then we can always trim it back down again. Yep, I like that. So that's just a smaller border. Whereas these have a larger border around it. This one's just going to have like 1/8 of an inch around it. So it's just a little bit less black. So we'll go with that. Now I'm not going to do the inside of the cards right now. For the inside of the cards, what you could do is you could either, like for this one with the black, you could find some regular craft cardstock and put that in for your sentiment on the inside, and then be able to write your message on there, or any kind of a light color, you know, cream color, whatever you wanted to do. Same thing with the craft. You could go with, you know, any kind of color that you want that would coordinate. This you could probably write right on it and wouldn't have, a pen would show through. You can, or you can use a gel pen. I know I've done like wrote messages with a silver or white pen. So that I'll do later. Right now we're just working on the card fronts. So now that we have the 4 card fronts, let's see if we can add a little bit to it, maybe like a strip or a banner. So let's see what we have here. Now you can look for your smaller pieces. Now like this one wouldn't work because unless you went to the side, like we could do something like that, which is kind of cool. Let's do that. And as you can see, I'm not putting a lot of thought into this. I'm just paper piecing down. So the same thing that you would do when you are scrapbooking, you would look at the scraps you have and go with that look. So I think what I'm going to do is run it off the side, and then I can do an embellishment on here and put some kind of sentiment or decoration. So we'll go with that. So there's that one. So let's see what other scraps we have in here. That would be Too Busy. And that red, I don't like the red. I don't like that. Nope. That would look cute on here, maybe. No, let's go with kind of like the buffalo check. Now, do I want to go all the way across? Or do a banner? I think I'm going to do a banner. So we know our card is 4 inches high. So I'm going to go and make it a little bit longer. So I'm going to go with 3.5. And we'll just dovetail this. And the way I do it, I know other people fold it together. I just go up the center, and then I go from the corner to the top point of the line. And that, to me, makes a good one. And this just needs to get cleaned up just a little. There's like an edge. All right. Throw this away. And we're going to glue this down. And there's the second one. And again, we'll just do something right in here to decorate it. And if we have to throw another little mat on, we can, but that's kind of going to be the base design for our card. So let's see what we got next. We got music notes. No. kind of like the sweater. This one would look cute on here. Let's see if we can get this on one of them. So this is just a border strip. It does have a rip in it, but we'll just use the inside, the section that's not ripped. And the section that's not bent can just be glued on or cut off. Oops. My cutting skills aren't so good today either. Kind of clean that up a little bit. So let's see. I like it on there? Nope, I don't like it. Now that I see it on there, I don't like it. And I don't like it on there either. So move on to the next. Now this isn't bad. So let's go with that plaid on there. And I think it needs something else. So let's see if we can find one of these strips here. Nope. Nope. I just don't like this little bit of white that's on there. Let me cut that off. Put that back on. There. There's number 2 or 3. So now we just need one more. Let's see what this will do. This is already a cut. Actually, I'm going to take the white off. I thought I was going to leave it, but now that I see it, I don't like it. This was already half a cut apart, so we're just going to use the Merry and Bright part of it. Well, I kind of like that just like it is, but I almost want to mat it on black cardstock or a dark. Let me go grab my a piece of black scrap. Okay, and actually the piece I grabbed, I can go either side, but this has a little bit of a texture to it, or a pattern to it. I want to cut this a little bit smaller, so we'll take a hair off of each side here. Sorry, probably off screen. like that that's smaller, so now it's like more prominent on there. Now I have to decide, do I want it just in black? And I think I do. So we're just going to go ahead and glue that down. Like that. Okay, so now we've got the basics or base of our cards. Now, like so. Now let's see if there's any cut aparts in here. Now the one thing I did see that I kind of liked, I've used this before, is I've fussy cut trees out of it. So let's see if we can cut a tree or two and see what that will look like. And again, it's using your pattern paper, it's glittery. You know, this came from a paper pad, and you're going to get your money's worth out of it because of all the embellishments that you can get out of it. I'm just going to cut two of them and just see if they look good on either one. Okay. Let's quick cut that. And that. And sorry you guys have this mess over here. Hopefully it's not too distracting. But I really just wanted to show that when you're done making your kits and you're about ready to either pitch stuff or you're going to throw it back into your stash, just take a quick look at it and see if you can make, even if you just make a base card, even if you did something like this where it's just regular paper, and then you can like not put a sentiment on it or not decorate it and just have like a box of those just sitting and waiting, so that when you do have a birthday or you have an occasion that you need to decorate something, your card's half done. And then you can go into your embellishments and just put something, whether it be a birthday balloon or, you know, your whatever sentiment that you have, you know, stickers. You can add that to the top and it won't take you long to finish the card and you have it ready. Or like I said, you can just go ahead and just make some random, you know, everybody needs a thank you card. So to go and use your scraps and make a few quick thank you cards. And I'm not using any stamps. I'm just using my supplies that I have for scrapbooking. Now, if you have stamps, you know, by all means, you know, having a good ink pad and, you know, just sentiments, you know, your basic happy birthday, thinking of you, sorry for your loss, just having those simple phrases, just a basic stamp set is, you know, multi-purpose, and, you know, doesn't take much, and it doesn't take much money either. You know, that's something that, you know, you can use for a lot of cards and you get more use out of your stash. So this one I don't think it will go with, so we're not going to use it on here. But I could put it on here, and I could put multiple trees on. Well, just one. Kind of like this one. So we're going to go with the Merry and Bright. I'll just glue that down. Like so. And let's see if we can put it on this one here. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on that one. So I like the tree on there. Let's see if there's anything else that we can cut apart and use. do have some ornaments I could fussy cut out, but I'm not going to make you suffer and watch me cut apart. But that's something that you could do. I'm just right now looking for more of the fast things, like these cut aparts. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Do I want the Santa? Okay, we're going to do I like these. I'm just wondering if they're big enough. I like to have yourself a merry little Christmas. I don't know if I could tuck it down and cut it down. And I would go this way, but the trees won't do it. So, but I could do it on this one. And maybe mat it on some green. So let's cut this down using the trimmer. Okay, so we've cut it down pretty good. So now it should fit on our card right here, and it's still going to be small enough that I can put like a thin green mat on it. So I don't want a bright, I want more of this color green. Let me see if I have one that's that color. And I think I've got Chamel paper in here, and I think that was, and there's some Echo Park in here, and those were more of that color. That one will do. And we just need a really tiny little bit. So I'm just going to mat it on there. And we're going to put it right there. Now, if you wanted to, at this point, this card is done. You don't have to do anything more to it. Your family's not going to know, you know, any differently of how much stuff you have. They receive that in the mail, and they're going to be thrilled to have a homemade card. And even with this one, you could technically be done with both of these cards. And that's just using paper only. Now this one, I really like the wreath. So let's see if we can cut the wreath out. The only thing that concerns me on this one is the navy blue. And it's not a black. So I'm going to skip that for right now. But I do have Santa. So let's see if we can cut Santa out. And I'm going to leave just a tad bit of the green to make it look like it's a die cut with a little bit of a green border. That way you don't have to worry about your cut being totally perfect. And again, people that you're giving these to are not going to be looking at it going, oh my goodness, she cut a little wonky. They're going to look at the fact that you took the time to make them a homemade card. And if you do it like we're doing throughout the year, you're not going to be scrambling at the end of the year to try and come up with cards for your family and friends, because you used your scrapbook supplies throughout the year and made simple cards. None of the cards that I've made so far for the 25th series has been anything tricky. I am not a card maker. I've done Stampin' Up! Before. I really, it's not my thing. I've got stamps, but, so we're going to go ahead and put him on here. And then I'll add some more embellishments from the sticker sheets, maybe. So there's him. All right, so let's go ahead. I think we've pretty much gotten through, you got the idea on the scraps. So let's put those to the side. Now let's see what we can do with sticker sheets. So one of the things I see right off the bat is this Merry Christmas. So if I put him across the beard, nah, I don't like that. Never mind. We could do joy. There's a ho ho ho. There's this one here. It says, have yourself a merry little Christmas. And if we tuck that on an angle, there you go. Not much, but there's a simple card. And that, to me, is done. It's got your little sentiment. It's decorated. So same thing with this one. They've each got a sentiment. They've got a little decoration. Not much more you need. Now this one is kind of busy because of the background. So I want to find something, and it's not your Santa Claus-ish kind of thing. But I do see this here, that 'tis the season to be jolly. And that's not bad. And I can make it look like it's hanging from the top of here. And there's your other card. Now again, for these on the inside, I could take one of these sentiments from here. But the greens are kind of different on this one. But you could put, if you wanted to decorate the inside, you could put something on the inside. So like this, I could go and put Merry Christmas. Trim off the edge. And now this one's even good to go on the inside. Now all I just have to do is write my message to my family. So I hope you're inspired and you realize that you don't have to have a big stash of stamping and card making items to make your family and friends some really cute Christmas cards. And you don't need a lot of time. We just took 20 minutes, a bag of scraps, and we have now 4 cards that I think are pretty cute that we can use for sending to those that we care about over the holiday season. So I want to thank you for joining me, and again, sorry if I'm babbling, and we will see you again next month for the 25th. And again, we'll probably try and find another easy craft. I'm trying to gear towards things that are not complicated because we're all busy in our lives, and this is just ways to do little things that we can share with those that we love at the holiday season.